this popped up in my feed, and I thought that it was incredible. For those of you, I mean,
You
everyone
want to
knows
share your
who.
screen with me?
Yes, everyone pretty much knows who Matt Walsh is. He is on Ben Shapiro's network, the Daily Wire, is it? And yeah, they're a terrible human being. That's all. What more do you need to know? They're terrible. He's very very fascistic and has very shitty views about trans people and other any type of marginalized community. Pretty much, Matt Walsh has a shitty opinion
He is just a good Catholic. Don't insult him this way.
about.
He is being as Catholics.
You are not as aware of how relevant that is to this fucking video. Okay, so
Oh joy.
let's go.
As for the videos, they demonstrate an important point. That gender ideology, more than any other leftist doctrine, is spread and propagated by force. What you're witnessing in videos like this is a modern form of forced conversion. Gender activists compel normal people to affirm their doctrines under threat of public shaming, loss of income, or violence, or all three in some cases. In a forced conversion centuries ago, or even today in some parts of the world, you may have been coerced into affirming a religious doctrine under threat of being burned at the stake.
Who? What?
So gender activists are going to be converting all of us through some sort of conversion process, apparently. And this is also apparently like the Catholic Church burned people at the stake to convert them into their religious position.
I don't think anybody was burnt at the stake because of conversion. That was because of heresy. That's because you did Catholicism wrong.
Well, I mean, if you did it
Like-
wrong, you're not a true Catholic, right?
The thing is, it's a lot of fucking work to burn somebody at the stake. You need a lot of fuel for that. That is for ceremonial, fancy execution. It's not for your everyday convert or die situation. There, a sword will do.
Well, how far do you? So I'm curious where you think this is going to head. So he's already compared the gender conversion to some sort of religious forced conversion by burning at the stake.
They should all be forced to convert to Catholicism.
Now you're coerced into affirming the doctrines of the gender cult under threat of having everything else in your life, aside from your physical body, incinerated. Trans activists are basically what your public school history teacher told you the Inquisitors were.
We're still going to get to see whether or not you're right or not. But did you know that trans activists are like the Inquisitors during the Inquisition?
Yeah. I go around asking people if they eat pork, and then they don't eat pork.
Or I'm like, do you
Torture devices.
just like, what are your opinions on gender? And if they give the wrong answer, we abuse them until they get the right answer. You know, that's totally happening. Burning at the stake is for when you need to gain enough dread to prevent your vassals from starting independent factions. We'll get there eventually.
Exactly. Or it's for when you gotta punish a particularly successful French woman who has raised some armies and taken back France from England. Or like witches or whatever, I don't fucking know.
The difference is that the Inquisition has been caricatured. I mean, it was far more defensible than modern day cancel culture is.
Ooh.
I can't.
Wow.
That is the hottest of fucking hot takes. I forgot. I thought like we had enough clip here that it was gonna come in. I'm gonna let it.
The difference is that the Inquisition has been caricatured. I mean, it was far more defensible than modern day cancel culture is.
Honestly,
you were pretty close to what.
it depends.
Because you said like we haven't, the Inquisition didn't go far enough. We didn't make enough Catholics. So you were kind of like on the right track,
Was the Inquisition around during the Counter-Reformation? Sorry, I'm just gonna Google some things because, like, you know what? If they were going after Prots, all power to them.
They
1478.
they were mostly going after what is it?
Yeah, no, they were
It
mostly
was like, I was gonna say it was like Muslims and stuff. Too,
no. It was mostly, yeah, like those who had converted to Catholicism from Islam or Judaism in order to stay in Spain after the Christian reconquest. It's only disbanded in 1834. What the fuck?
It was justified though. It was definitely more justified than cancel culture, apparently. Because when I think of somebody who says a racial slur and then people no longer want to watch their content, that's the equivalent of being tortured in order to convert to a different religion. They're the same thing.
That's the equivalent of 350 years.
Well, we don't know that cancel culture is not going to last 350 years. We're only in the first couple years,
God willing.
Yeah.
350 years of cancel culture.
There's also like the level of the power structure. I mean, like the Inquisition was being led by, a leader, a religion with a hierarchy that had an established authority. What's the cancel
See,
culture?
funnily enough, though, the Spanish Inquisition was actually given to the Spanish monarchy, as opposed to the medieval Inquisition, which was under papal control. This was, if anything, a delegation of powers. This was like, oh yeah, papacy's too tired of this. We're over it. Oh yeah, monarchy of Spain. You can keep doing it though.
Oh, I forgot we had this. Oh, it didn't work.
Just Carl.
Oh, it's just Carl?
Yeah, come on.
Oh, sorry. That's an inside joke for all our new viewers right now. We had someone in the chat defending, saying they were a Carlist. And
yeah, the Carlist lineage that lays claim to the monarchy of Spain for the past I think 200-ish years, 250. And for some reason these people are still around.
And so our response to them was that he's not the legitimate king of Spain.
No. We totally entertained that dude until he was gone, and then I added the command.
True.
That guy was around, and we were like, yeah, true. You make some fair points. Carl is good and great. And then he left, and I instantly did the Carl command.
Indeed. Let's see where he goes with this. So he just said that the Inquisition was justified more so than cancel culture. So let's see if he
which is true.
Expands on this.
Especially the cancel campaigns waged by trans activists. Also, in this Inquisition of today, the Inquisitors are not trying to coerce a belief in or submission to any sort of eternal celestial God. Rather, they themselves are the gods.
Is that why it's justified? So, torturing someone into conversion through some sort of inquisition is more acceptable because you're doing it in the name of a celestial deity? But if you're doing it for other reasons, it's bad. Okay, that's a pretty hot take.
At least that's what they believe. And they want us to believe, or pretend we do. All while posturing as the victim in an exchange that they instigate with someone who does not want to be a part of it. That's how the game works. And it is repulsive.
That last part really didn't make any sense. I just wanted 10 seconds.
As the victim in an exchange that they instigate with someone who does not want to be a part of it.
So, it's an inquisition because they They engage, they want to instigate without you wanting to be a part of it. And that's why it's like the Inquisition and why it's worse than the Inquisition. These people are
Fucking
up.
sure, whatever.
I can't believe this
Ooh,
person.
I'm worse than the Inquisition. Ha ha ha.
Yeah. That is a take. If anyone like comes to the position of like saying that the Inquisition was justified, that is phenomenal. Well done, Matt Walsh. You did it. And I have to say, he's a Christian fascist. I'm pretty sure, pretty confident. If you're going around being like, you know what, Inquisitions, somewhat justified, because you're torturing people to the right religion. Therefore, it's okay.
Hello, my rebels. Hello, my rebels. I'm a good boy. I'm a weirdo.